Zeus threw lightning bolts that split mountains in half. He dethroned his own father, the Titan Cronus, and became ruler of the entire cosmos. Every god in Olympus feared him. Every mortal worshipped him. And for thousands of years, scholars, storytellers, and mythologists have called him the most powerful deity in the ancient world. But there is one myth, a single story buried deep in the ancient Hindu texts, that doesn't just challenge that claim. It destroys it. And the terrifying part? The being who makes Zeus look small in this comparison wasn't even trying. Before I show you the myth, you need to understand something. This isn't a fan debate. I'm not here to tell you Vishnu would win in a fight, like some kind of ancient mythology tier list. What I'm going to show you today is a structural proof, drawn from the Bhagavata Purana, the Mahabharata, and the Vishnu Purana, that reveals something about Vishnu's nature that Zeus, by definition, cannot possess. And once you see it, you will never look at Greek mythology the same way again. The myth is called the churning of the cosmic ocean. In Sanskrit, Samudra Manthan. Stay with me, because the moment this story connects to what we know about Zeus, everything clicks. Let's start with Zeus. Most people think they know him, but very few people understand what kind of power Zeus actually has. Zeus is the king of the Olympian gods, son of the Titans Cronus and Rhea. He overthrew his father, freed his siblings, defeated the Titans, and divided the cosmos with his brothers. Poseidon took the seas. Hades took the underworld. Zeus took the sky. He is powerful, extraordinarily powerful. In the Iliad, Homer describes Zeus as so mighty that if all the other gods grabbed a golden chain and tried to pull him down from Olympus, they couldn't. But Zeus alone could lift them. Gods, earth, sea, all hanging from that chain. That is not small power. But here's the part almost nobody talks about. Zeus has limits. He is bound by the fates, the Moirai. Even Zeus cannot override destiny. During the Trojan War, Zeus wanted to save his son Sarpedon from death. But Hera stopped him, not because she was stronger, because she reminded him, even you cannot undo what the fates have written. Zeus also fears prophecy. He fears the prediction that one of his sons will overthrow him, just as he overthrew Cronus. He schemes. He manipulates. He lies. These are not just character flaws. They reveal something deeper. Zeus is powerful within the cosmos, but he did not create it, and he cannot transcend it. That distinction changes everything. Now let's talk about Vishnu, and forget anything you may have half heard before. In Hindu theology, Vishnu is not simply a powerful god among other gods. He is the preserver of the universe, one of the Trimurti alongside Brahma the creator and Shiva the destroyer. But Vishnu's role goes deeper than that. According to the Vishnu Purana, the universe itself rests on Vishnu. Literally, before creation begins, Vishnu lies upon the cosmic serpent Shisha, floating in the primordial ocean of existence, the ocean of milk. From Vishnu's navel grows a lotus, and from that lotus, Brahma is born, the being who creates the universe. Let that sink in. Vishnu is not inside the cosmos. The cosmos emerges from him. And one myth shows this idea in a way that is impossible to ignore. The myth of Samudra Manthan, the churning of the cosmic ocean. The story begins with a curse. A powerful sage named Durvasa, famous in Hindu mythology for his explosive temper, once offered a sacred garland to Indra, the king of the gods. Indra, distracted, placed the garland on his elephant Airavata. The elephant threw it on the ground. Durvasa was furious. He cursed the gods. Their strength would fade. Their divine energy would vanish. And it did. The gods weakened. Their immortality began to fade. The demons, the Asuras, attacked heaven, and they won. The gods fled in panic. Desperate, the gods went to Brahma. Brahma gave them only one answer: go to Vishnu. And Vishnu did something no one expected. He didn't raise an army. He didn't summon thunder or fire. He devised a plan that required both gods and demons to work together. They would churn the cosmic ocean to obtain the nectar of immortality, the Amrita. They used Mount Mandara as the churning rod, and the great serpent Vasuki as the rope. The gods pulled, the demons pulled, and the mountain began to spin. But something went wrong. Mount Mandara had no foundation. It began to sink into the ocean floor. The entire plan was collapsing, and that is when Vishnu transformed. He became Kurm, the gigantic cosmic tortoise. Vishnu dove beneath the ocean. and positioned himself under the mountain, holding it up, supporting the entire axis of the churning world. The gods and demons continued their work above him, and the ocean began releasing treasures. But the first thing to emerge was not the nectar. It was halahala, a poison so deadly it began destroying the universe itself. Gods fled in terror. Even Brahma could not stop it. They turned again to Vishnu, and Vishnu said only one thing: only Shiva can contain this. So the gods rushed to Shiva. Shiva drank the poison, holding it in his throat, turning it blue, which is why he is called Nilkantha, the blue-throated one. The churning continued, and finally, the nectar of immortality rose from the ocean. But the demons seized it. Victory seemed inevitable, until Vishnu transformed again, this time into Mohini, a woman of unimaginable beauty. She entered the gathering of gods and demons, distracted them, confused them, and calmly distributed the nectar to the gods alone. The demons realized too late. They had not been defeated by force. They had been defeated by Vishnu's intelligence. Now here is the proof. Zeus is the most powerful being inside a cosmos. Vishnu is the foundation on which a cosmos stands. Think about the scale for a moment. A mountain the size of a continent. An ocean older than creation itself. Gods and demons pulling a serpent the size of a planet. And beneath it all, Vishnu, calm, unmoving, holding the axis of existence like it weighs nothing. Zeus's most famous feat is the golden chain. He can lift the world, but lifting implies effort. Weight, strain. Vishnu does not lift the universe. He supports it by existing. And the Bhagavad Gita goes even further. Krishna, Vishnu's avatar, says something no Greek god ever claims. I am the source of all creation. Everything emanates from me. Zeus could never say that. Because Zeus was born. Zeus had parents. Zeus fought to take power. But Vishnu was not born into the universe. The universe was born from Vishnu. And by that measure, the difference in scale is enormous. Now some of you might be thinking something important. Is it even fair to compare these mythologies? And honestly, that's a good question. Greek mythology was never meant to be a full metaphysical framework. It was storytelling, a way for the Greeks to understand nature, morality, and human emotion. Hindu mythology, especially the Puranas and Upanishads, operates on another level. It blends storytelling with cosmological philosophy. Comparing Zeus to Vishnu is a bit like comparing Newton's laws to Einstein's relativity. Newton's laws work perfectly within their domain. Einstein simply described a larger system. Zeus works perfectly within his cosmos. Vishnu describes something larger than a single cosmos. So the question isn't who wins a fight. The real question is this: which mythology reaches further? The myth of Samudra Manthan is one of the deepest stories ever told. And today we barely scratched the surface. We didn't talk about what else came out of that ocean. The goddess Lakshmi, the divine physician Dhanvantari, the wish-granting tree, the celestial jewels. We didn't talk about Vishnu's 10 avatars, or the myth where even Brahma and Shiva couldn't find the beginning or end of Vishnu's body. That story might be the greatest depiction of divine infinity ever written, and we'll explore it soon. But before you go, I want your answer to this question. Is it fair to compare gods across mythologies? Or should each pantheon only be understood within its own universe? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and the best argument for either side might appear in the next video. If you enjoy deep mythology breakdowns like this, subscribe, because there are many more stories like this waiting to be uncovered. And trust me, some of them make this one look small. I'll see you in the next video.